I know you might think that giving up sugar and flour is the hardest thing on the plan. The idea of that is the hardest thing, but actually the hardest thing is measuring your food. It's uncomfortable to be in a position where you have to measure your food all the time. It's awkward. It's not convenient. Not everyone has to do it. You know, especially in restaurants or at people's houses, sometimes maybe you're more sloppy about it than others. But I can tell you from experience, without exception, people will tell me, oh, I've been doing this long enough, I can eyeball it. Whenever they tell me that, I say, okay, let's see you do it. And without exception, even when they know I'm watching, they still overmeasure. You would think that, I don't know, some percent of the time they would undermeasure because they know I'm watching. They don't. Always overmeasure. You know, we do not have a sense of proportion. If we did, we wouldn't be a fat person. And I know you're not a fat person anymore, and you've been doing this so long you think you don't have to measure. But you do. I've been on it 15 years. I have to measure. I don't know what a cup of rice is. I think I do. Right now, I can say, well, I probably do. I don't. I don't. And I've been doing this for a long time. But even if you did, let's take all that out of the equation. What's the one way to guarantee you never overeat? And thus you never go off plan, and thus you never get fat again, is to measure your food. And it takes away all the mental manipulation. Oh, well, I didn't measure the hamburger, so maybe I could have a bite of my husband's steak because it's still protein. And I think that was a 3-ounce hamburger, so maybe I could have just a couple bites of the steak. So now you're having a couple bites of that, and then you're having this, and then you're playing in your mind again. Then you're manipulating ideas in your mind. And if your mind was a trustworthy avenue for you to maintain your weight, you would have never started my plan in the first place. You know, it's very freeing, and it's a gift to just know, here's the plan, these are the numbers, and you just follow it. It takes away all the guesswork, it takes away all the mental manipulation, it takes away all the doubt. It's simple. And you remember this when you started. The only reason you're thinking of not measuring now is because you're feeling overconfident. But remember all the freedom that came from, here it is. Here's the cup of rice. There it is. I'm done. And then it's over. You don't have to think about it anymore. It's so much easier just to measure your food and move on. I know it seems like it's difficult to measure your food, but it makes it easier because then you measure it, you eat it, and it's over. You can go on with your day. So just measure your food. It'll keep you clean and it'll keep you on track.